Snarky opening joke. There are some people who really can't wear intraoral earbuds, buds that go inside the ear canal. Everyone's biology is different, and ears are super funky and kind of gross. My wife is a perfect example. She has tiny ear canals, and nothing has ever properly fit inside her ear without causing discomfort and immediately popping out as soon as she moves her jaw. But I also field comments from people that complain about in-ear buds, but seem surprised when I ask them about what types of ear tips they've tried. Which is a shame because there are a lot of different options to choose from. Different materials, different shapes, and different sizes. Good audio depends on a comfortable, snug fit. So let's break down some of these differences. The most common ear tip you'll see is made out of silicone, a semi-rigid core with a bowl-shaped cap. This is a general solution which works well for a lot of people, and most often are the types of tips that come with inexpensive earbuds. We call this tip a single flange ear tip, and even though the general design is pretty similar across the board, there can be slight differences from manufacturer to manufacturer. The shape of the flange can be straighter or rounder, and some ear tips will have grooves cut into the top of the tip. The claim is any change to the shape or density of the ear tip will influence how sound travels into the ear canal. Whether or not someone is sensitive enough to hear those tuning differences, a different shape can have a noticeable impact on comfort and the seal around your ear canal, which helps reduce outside noise. Every ear is different, so even a tiny change like a thicker outer cover can have a profound impact on fit. So even though this single flange is the most popular, there are other silicone tips we can try. This is hilarious holding these up for the camera because you can't really see them from this wide shot. Double and triple flange are exactly what they sound like. Instead of one single bowl of silicone around the core of the ear tip, you can have 2 or 3 bowls on each ear. Double and triple flange tips create additional contact points in the ear where they might help improve noise rejection, and they also create subtle flex points where the bowls stack. A multi-flange ear tip will often bend with the ear canal more than a single flange tip. You'll see a lot of variation in design. Flanges that are nearly the same size, stacked on top of each other. Some flanges flare out more. Triple flange ear tips resemble higher quality earplugs and can create the best seal blocking out noise, but they're also the longest. Myself personally, I have a couple double flange tips that I really like. I think they fit me great, but I've never successfully worn triple flanges out in the field for any length of time. Your mileage will vary, but when you really want to squish something into your ear that sounds super gross, you might want to switch to foam. Instead of a rubbery silicone outer tip, foam is more like a soft, springy earplug and will mold better to the inside of your ear. They need a little bit more prep, and improperly inserting foam can make your music sound dull. But rolling them thinner and then letting them expand in your ear canal is one of the more comfortable options I found for longer listening sessions. Foam will also be a bit more expensive in the long run. When you shop replacement tips, they might only be $1 more expensive than silicone, but they will wear out faster with regular use. They're a spongy material, and your ears are super gross. So you can do the math on that. Short story long, a single purchase isn't too expensive, but you'll probably want to replace them more frequently than silicone. A few options not as common, but you can sometimes find hybrid ear tips, a foam core surrounded by a silicone cover flange. I'd love to tell you more about those, but I've never actually tried them personally. But we're not quite done yet. Lastly, the creme de la creme of earbuds. Custom molded ear tips. You're gonna have to go to a specialty shop, work directly with a professional audio manufacturer, or have a conversation with an audiologist. But a custom scan or mold of your ear is used to create an ear tip perfectly fit to your unique biology. I do most of my work these days on custom molds. And remember how I said nothing would fit my wife's ears? Well, nothing worked until we had her ears scanned at Me Audio and got her some custom tips too. Her ears are so ridiculously tiny that the custom molds almost didn't take. But thankfully, for the first time in her life, she has earbuds that fit correctly and are comfortable to wear. As you might imagine, custom molds are going to take longer to acquire and are more labor intensive to make, which makes them more expensive. They probably won't be universal ear tips, so you might only be able to use them with very specific earbuds that the tips were molded for, and they're going to be more fragile. So upkeep and maintenance, you gotta be more careful with molds. But once you get molds done, nothing will fit better or be more comfortable when you pop them in your skull. So that's the general lay of the land. Earbuds aren't just one thing. There are different options for different ears. After all of this, I can totally appreciate why people tend towards open ear earbuds that just rest in front of the ear canal. It's a lot easier. You don't have to worry about the fit. They just plop right there and you're good to go. But that style of listening, which doesn't block any noise around you, encourages people to listen at higher volumes than they need to drown out that noise, and might contribute more to hearing damage over time. It takes a little effort. It's not immediately as easy, but it's not that expensive to try some different options. And you should arrive at a higher quality listening experience while also being able to turn down the volume of your music. Your ears are worth experimenting with a couple different ear tips. As always, thanks so much for watching, for sharing these videos, and subscribing to the channel. This is an ongoing project where we'll chat even more about hearing health and improving our audio quality. It's also a fun play on the year and 2020 vision. It's kind of a pun. There's plenty more to come, including guides on headphones and earbuds, and I'm still working out some conversations with medical professionals and some of the engineers responsible for high quality headphones. And also carving out some room to answer your questions about hearing health and hearing loss. If you would like to help support the production of these types of audio conversations, there are some links down below. There's the support page on SomeGadgetGuy.com, and you might consider joining the list of names currently scrolling by on your screen. That's a growing community of fun, like-minded tech pals, a huge resource for me planning future video topics, and they're just generally super cool folks. So I hope you'll check them out. Now, you know where you can find me around the rest of the internet, at SomeGadgetGuy on the Twitters and the Twitch, and the Facebooks and the Instagrams, and I will catch you all on the next video.